Good morning, my kindergarten friends. Welcome to our story time today. Yesterday, I introduced you to a new story. I am René the boy, okay? And we talked about the setting, we talked about the characters. So today, we're going to check for understanding. Now, you've already learned two ways to check for understanding. One of those ways is to do what? To reread. Okay, so if you're not understanding something, you can go back and reread it. We've also learned to use what we know. So using our brain for what we already know. You're going to learn a new strategy today. So I'm going to take one of these off and show you. All right, what's your new strategy? We're going to look, those are the eyeballs, look for clues. So you are going to be a detective today. Can you put your detective hats on? Good job. We're going to look for clues in our story to help us understand the story better, okay? So I'm going to show you our story. Who remembers the title? The title is, I Am René the Boy. Can you say that with me? I am René the boy. And then it's also written in Spanish. So this story is very special because it's written in English and Spanish. So we're going to look at our story again today. And I'm going to stop on some pages and ask you some questions. And we're going to be detectives. We're going to look for clues. Okay? Okay, here we go. Listening ears on. My name is René, like my grandfather and my father. I am René III. I learned to write my name in El Salvador. I wrote it everywhere. I wrote it with the charcoal from Mama's brick oven. I traced it with a stick on the fresh rain soil. In El Salvador, I was René the brave, René the strong, and René the funny. I could not believe it. Here in the United States, René is a girl's name. So let's take a look really quickly before we turn this page. Look at this picture. Did René like to write his name when he lived in El Salvador? He did, didn't he? How do we know? How do we know he liked to write his name? Is he writing it everywhere? Yeah, way to use your clues. We looked at our picture to help us figure that out. Good job, detectives. Okay. I discovered it when a new student joined my class and Miss Soria called roll. Jose, Mary, Carlos, here, everyone answered. René, she said. As I started to say here, with pride, I heard a girl's voice answer to my name. She was the new student. Here I am. I'm René, she said. She looked at me and smiled. My mouth dropped. I was paralyzed. During recess, some boys came up and taunted me. You have a girl's name. In the kitchen, while we were eating fried plantains with sour cream and hot chocolate, I told my parents, the boys at school say that René is a girl's name. I never heard such a thing, Papa said. René is the name of hard-working men. René is a beautiful name. Don't listen to them, Mama said. That's right. My name is so beautiful that a girl copied it from me, I said as a piece of fried plantain disappeared into my mouth. Let's take a look at this page, boys and girls. In the text, it says that René and his parents are eating fried plantains. What do you see in the picture that can help us figure out what a plantain is? So we know we've got some chocolate. He was eating with chocolate. He was eating with sour cream. These, boys and girls, look at these. They almost look like a donut, maybe. It's a fried banana, okay? They're banana slices. So that is what that is. Good job, detectives. Where did we look to help us figure that out? The picture. Good job. At school, my desk partner was René the girl. She was behind me every time we lined up in alphabetical order. She was always smiling at me. During recess, she told me she wanted to be my best friend. Are you sure that your name is Renee? I asked her. You're a girl. Maybe your name is Irene and you lost the I in the alphabet soup. No, she told me. My parents named me Renee. After recess, we went to the school library. There were many shelves with books. Some were so high that I could not reach them even if I stood on my tiptoes. Boys and girls, all these books are for you, the librarian said. We use books to read, study, and research information. Research? What can I research? I asked her. Anything you want. These books have information on anything, she told me. Afterwards, the children borrowed books. I looked for the perfect book from left to right and up and down. Here it is, I exclaimed. The meaning of names. So let's take a look at this picture and our reading. Why do you think he's looking for a book called The Meaning of Names? What's he wanting to know? Is he wanting to know about his name? Yeah, so he's trying to find a book where he can find more information about his name, René. Good job. In the evening, I fell asleep on the sofa while I watched a movie. When Mama tried to pick me up to go to bed, I woke up. You are too heavy, she told me. A few years ago, you were just a baby. In my room, I took the library book from my backpack. There was a list of boys' and girls' names in alphabetical order. I looked for the letter R. René, here it is. Origin, French, meaning reborn. So boys and girls, that means that this came from France. It's a French name, and the meaning of René means reborn, which means to be born again. Then I looked in the dictionary and discovered that reborn means to be born again. The next day, we made a chart with our names. Miss Saria said my name and wrote René on the board. That's not how you write René, I said to my teacher. How do you write it? My teacher asked. I picked up an eraser and removed the last E and wrote an accent mark on the second E. René, René the girl, then took the eraser away from me and wrote it back the way it was, René. This is the way I write my name, she told me. After I saw her name on the board, I felt much better. Her name was different. Hers had 5 letters. Mine only had 4. Before going home, the teacher passed a flyer. It said this: the school library presents the first writing contest of the school year. Open topic, write on any subject. A winner will be chosen next month. Prize, 2 extra pizzas. I love pizza, René said. Me too, I said. At home, after going to bed, I decided to participate in the writing contest. What can I write about? I asked myself as I fell asleep. In the following weeks, I took notes on all the things I had discovered about my name. Then I wrote my essay. A month later, during the assembly in the auditorium, the librarian announced the first place winner. I could not believe my ears what my ears were hearing. I won, I said as I jumped up and down. I came to the stage and the principal asked me to read my essay. So, what did René decide to write his essay about? What did he decide? Is he going to write it about his name? Yeah, he's been doing research, right? So there he is looking in that book about his name. Good job. Good job, detectives. I am René. In Spanish, René is a boy's name. In English, my name with an extra E at the end is a girl's name. René is a French name that means to be reborn, to be born again. I have read about men named René in books. I found René Descartes. He was a philosopher. In my teacher's art book, there was a painting by René Magritte. But I don't look like the Renés in those books. I have brown skin like the sweet bread that Mama gives me for breakfast. I have black and straight hair that does not like combs or brushes. I have beautiful black eyes like my mama and strong arms like my papa. My name, René, is different. It is my very own name. The letter R is for the railroad that ran in front of my house in El Salvador. The letter E is for my country, El Salvador. The letter N is for never give up. The letter E is for my new country, Estados Unidos, the United States. The accent mark at the end is what makes my name strong and powerful. I am this René. Here in the United States, the names of many words change in English. Mi escuela is now my school. Mi casa is now my house. Even mama is now mom and papa is now dad. They don't understand if I call them mom and dad, but René is René in English and Spanish. Sometimes people pronounce my name differently. I don't care because I know who I am. In English, I found René in my favorite color, green. René is written backwards in energy. I have a lot of energy. I can find René in what I like most, adventures. Now I know why René means to be reborn, to be born again. First, I was born in El Salvador, where I learned to write my name and speak my favorite language, Spanish. Now I am born again in the United States, where I learned to speak English. I am so lucky that after I was born again, I can speak, read, and write in English and Spanish. When I finished reading, everyone clapped. The principal gave me 2 extra large pizzas. So boys and girls, how is René's life different in El Salvador and in the United States? In El Salvador, would he speak English or Spanish? He would speak Spanish. And what about in the United States? What does he speak? He speaks English. He knows both languages. I shared the pizza with my classmates. I like your name, René told me with a slice of pizza in her hands. I like your name too, I said as I took another slice of pizza. The end. Way to be awesome detectives, boys and girls. So let's take a look at our chart again, checking for understanding. When we don't understand, we can reread. Okay, we reread our story today. I am René the boy. We can also use what we already know. So we can use our brains to help us understand the story. And today we looked for clues. Where did we find a lot of our clues? Did we find them in the pictures? You are correct. We found them in the pictures. Good job, my friends. Kiss your brains. I'll see you tomorrow.